Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Plant-Based Bros, the one and only, your favorite podcast, your friend's favorite podcast. It's
your favorite podcast.
Exactly. Welcome, y'all. As you can see to my, what is that, left or right? I don't know.
To your,
We don't even need to figure that out.
To your side.
He's next to me. He's getting the bev. I suggest you do the same, y'all.
Salud.
Let's settle in for a great pod. We're bringing you
Here we go.
all some great vibes today. Good energy. How you feeling today, Meeks?
Brother, I'm feeling well, Ant. I'm feeling well. Your boy Meeks.
Come in like a little
The
closer.
boy Ant. You want me to come a little closer? The mic? Yeah. You see, ladies and gents, Ant's the mastermind. Before we even get into anything, ladies and gents, Ant is the master producer behind the PBB, babies. The PBB. Okay, ladies and gents.
That's right.
The editing. The how you doing couch graphic. Throw it up. Boom. How you doing couch.
Boom.
He's the man.
Just
He's
like
the
that.
man. So let's give him a little round of applause. Insert. Yeah, I'm gonna put the bev down. Make sure you guys take a little sip of that bev.
You got to.
Brother, let him know what we're getting into today.
Hey, I mean, first thing, let's just jump right into the quote of the day. That's right. We brought that segment to you last week. We're gonna continue doing it for as long as we want to. You know, as long as we feel like we want to produce this content.
I like the quote of the day. It's gonna be around. It's gonna be.
We're gonna get
You
it.
see what I'm doing?
He's going.
This is my quote of the day dance. Right here. Brother, hit me with the quote of the day.
All right, there he goes. All right. Quote of the day. This is coming from an African proverb, actually. Pretty interesting. This is very cool. Once you carry your own water, you will learn the value of every drop.
I'll take a sip to that. Because I'm drinking water.
Go for it. I'm going to repeat that, y'all. Once you carry your own water, you will learn the value of every drop. Meeks, I'm going to ask you to just dive right into it. What are your thoughts on that, man?
That's like a really profound and poetic way of saying you reap the benefits of your labor.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's great.
That's like a super poetic and fancy and brilliant way to say it. And also, I think the reason why it's said like that is so that I can provide perspective. Because you can see, right? You can close your eyes and you can visualize having to carry the water. You can see what a drop is versus what a whole gallon is. So you can make that connection. You can make that understanding, you know? And then it kind of shows you, working hard is worth it.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
No, absolutely. I think it's it kind of just comes down to like how each moment in our life is going to be unique to ourselves. You know what I mean? So it's
I like that.
really being aware that each moment is changing. Every time that a new thing is happening, it's kind of like you could really shift, like we talk about the power of perspective, but you could really shift your perspective on how you're going to, you know, handle that new moment, whether that new moment's going to be a hardship, whether it's something you're having a lot of fun with, you know, just like that's, you got to embrace all sides of it genuinely. So, but I think like what it really talks about is like how you could appreciate every drop is like you're appreciating every step of the way of your process.
That's brilliant.
Of your unique journey.
Nice. Ladies and gents, let us know in the comments what you think of the quote of the day. What does the quote of the day mean to you? We'll give it a little like. We'll reply to some of our favorite responses to your guys' insight on the quote of the day. Let's have a nice little discussion on the YouTube.
Going.
My people, if you're listening on the Spotify, or wherever you listen to your podcast without video, hop on over to the YouTube. Like, comment, subscribe.
All right.
I heard you're missing a teacher, so you need a sub. So hop on over. We can give that to you. You know what I'm saying? Yes, Sirski.
Love it.
Live from the How You Doing Couch, brother. Listen,
That's right.
Let's give the people a little preview of what we're going to be talking about today on the Plant-Based
Bros.
You already know, man. It's like yin and yang over here. So look, quote of the day. You can check it off the list. Brilliant quote. Love it. Again, let us know what you think. We're going to talk World Cup quarterfinals. We're going to talk World Cup semifinals predictions. We're going to talk UFC 282. And we're also going to close out the day with a little bit of talk about the power of meditation. Some tips, some tricks, and how meditation has changed our lives personally. I know Ant is a huge preacher of meditation. If the man had a soapbox tattooed on himself, it would be him standing on a soapbox that says meditation. Because the man preaches it. Okay?
Wow.
You like that?
No, I imagine that whole description.
I'm all about the visualization.
We're gonna get into imagery a little bit later too.
Brother.
Because that goes hand in hand
Imagery's
with
my middle
meditation sometimes, actually.
Ooh.
I'll talk about the meditation I did later.
That got deep.
Y'all gotta stay tuned. That's coming later in the episode.
Stay tuned.
Stay locked in with us, all right?
But before we go anywhere, World Cup quarterfinals.
Absolutely.
Man, were those some matches.
Let me pull up my
phone. Pull them up.
Just because I gotta have the stats.
Yeah, you gotta have the stats.
Dive into whatever you want first.
I mean, I'm rocking the France kit. We can go ahead and start with France. Obviously,
it.
France got the job done. Now, here's the thing.
Yeah.
Saw something funny on Twitter.
Hit me.
And it said, how are you going to have the same player take a second PK in the same half against a player he's been on the same team on for 10 years? And I was like, dang, dude. People really got good takes. That was a good one. Thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, dude, they just like you said, they've been teammates for not like only 1 year, 10 years.
Yeah, 10 years is a long time. That's a lot of training sessions.
People's habits, how many times they go. You only have 3 options. It's left, right, or middle. So it's like honestly, you're gonna start seeing what they favorite over time,
dude. Yeah, that's
what I mean.
facts.
Bad call on Southgate.
Yeah, dude. Honestly, it was the first pen was drawn by Saka. Who drew the second pen? Was it where it was like the VAR revision, and it was like someone had got taken out? Was that how the play progressed? If I'm not mistaken,
I know it was like
it got sent to VAR.
It was Hernandez who took out a player, but I'm trying to remember who he had dropped. That was free on the run.
Was it Mason Mount at this point? Did Mason Mount have gotten subbed in? I think it might have been Mason Mount.
It might have been Mason Mount.
I think it was Mason Mount.
And if not, then we apologize for that.
No, I mean, if you actually go to facts.
Oh, yeah.
And if you actually go to ticker real quick, so you go back to the right.
Ticker.
There you go. And then go ahead and hit only key events, and then they usually describe the play pretty well there. This app is really brilliant. It's called FODMOB. So here we go.
Right.
So VAR, here we go. So it says, it's a blatant push by Hernandez. Mount is watching the ball drop over his shoulder. So yes, I was correct, ladies and gents. It was Mason Mount who was taken out.
You just had a fact checker, y'all.
Sorry, I didn't mean to overlap you, but yeah.
Sorry.
No, we're good, brother. We got the facts down. That's internet brilliance. That's how you make sure that you're correct, ladies and gentlemen. It's always do your research. You want to know why? Because it takes 2 seconds. All it does, it takes 2 seconds to make sure that you're getting something right. It's not that difficult. Now look, France, they're looking good. Giroud, pretty insane. I'm pretty sure he's tied with Messi for the golden boot of the tournament so far. I think they've got 4 apiece from what I heard correctly last time.
Okay.
It's insane. It would be a very crazy matchup if we saw a France-Argentina World Cup final. That would be massive. But before we even get there, I would like to take a stop to the little beautiful nation of Croatia with the beautiful picnic jerseys of dreams. Taking out one of the best teams that I had seen in the World Cup in Brazil.
Yeah, man.
It was insane. You and I were talking about how much that Neymar goal in that first period of extra time would have just boosted his legacy if that would have carried Brazil through.
Yeah.
But what happened, dude? Like, what happened, mate?
Dude, I don't know. It was only like, what, 5 to 7 minutes left of
just about. I think it was like in the
116th
116th or something, yeah.
Dude, like, it's funny because I'm like thinking to myself, I'm like, Brazil. I'm just like, in my head, I'm like, let's go, dude. Yeah, what a dub secured. Mm-hmm. I'm not thinking anything about Croatia's pressure.
Right.
But, dude, like, this whole tournament, Croatia's been a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah.
And I mean, they are now really proving their worth in the last 2 World Cups. You don't get to the finals for nothing in the last World Cup. And you don't get to the semifinals now back to back for nothing.
100%.
They are neck and neck with being able to go to the finals right now. I don't count them out.
Yeah,
not even winning it the second time round and redeeming themselves.
You imagine,
like the redeem story would
what
be
a redemption
insane.
Story.
Yeah, and probably Modric's last World Cup, right?
Yeah,
more than
likely. I mean, dude,
we got to see at least one legend go out with the World Cup.
That's so
it's
true.
Either Messi, Modric. I mean, if it's not them, then I guess France has young legends coming up.
People that can kind of boost their legacy. I was about to go into Ronaldo real quick, but before we go into Ronaldo and CR7 not being able to close out his illustrious career with a World Cup trophy, the biggest thing that I think we were talking about, and we kept pausing this conversation, and I want to get into it because it's been so crucial, and it proved itself to be crucial in that penalty shootout, is the power of a good goalkeeper.
Yes. Oh, I'm so glad you brought this up.
Dude, Croatia's keeper in penalty shootouts, getting not one, but 2 victories in penalty shootouts now, and making multiple saves. It speaks levels on how crucial every player in your 11 is at all times in a tournament this high level. Thoughts?
It's giving action. Now that you just said it in the terms of going back to back in penalty shootouts, it's giving me Donnarumma vibes for the Euros, man.
Oh,
and Italy, dude.
That's so true. That's a good memory.
They kept banking on those pens.
100%.
Just good goal. And man, like I said, I don't know if I've mentioned it on the pod, but I was a goalie myself.
He was.
Up. So like,
quite the keep.
I love goalkeeping. I think it's so underrated. I think I always thought it was the best field or the best position on the field, just because like there is no other last man. Anyone could always make that mistake on the pitch, and it's just like, all right, quick, you move from it. If it goes out of bounds, it's like, okay, that's a mistake. But like as a goalie, your mistakes are so limited.
100%.
You know what I mean? It's like you have to be so dialed in, and that's why I think these goalies do such a great job at keeping their team in the games, and like that's where you really have to give them their flowers, man. It's so like true. There's just been such great goalkeeping throughout the whole tournament, and like like you were saying, what did separate some of the teams, just like Portugal, for example, was a world-class goalie, man. Morocco has Boanu, and he is a world-class goalie.
Yeah, he's levels.
He's good, man.
He's levels. He's gonna get himself.
He showed that he even Ronaldo's last couple chances.
My
what
favorite
that 90 save he even saved.
The biggest save for me when I was like, oh no, this guy's legit, was when Ronaldo lays off to Joao Felix, and Joao Felix just hits an absolute stinger with his left, and it's going top like the toppest of bins, and he just one hand just gets it out. I was like, nah, yeah, this dude's legit. Yeah, you want to hop into that game, speaking of keepers, and we can like even keep just the keeper talk with him. I mean, like, obviously Croatia's keeper, insane. He's an absolute mad lad. He's been killing it.
Right.
I mean, Argentina's keeper, Emi Martinez.
He's
come
class.
on.
Yeah,
we'll get back to that game here in a second, but let's go and hop over to Portugal and Morocco. Give Morocco some credit.
Yeah, man.
I mean, dude, it's insane. The first African nation to qualify for a World Cup semifinal.
Really?
Oh, really? I love that reaction.
Really?
You didn't know that, really?
No,
Yeah, dude. They're the first African nation to make it that far in a World Cup, so I think it's pretty sick.
Go on, Morocco.
Yeah, go on, Morocco, dude. And I mean, they have young talent, and they have the experienced players. People are acting like Amrabat hasn't been a baller for years. Like, if you know, you know. Like, Amrabat's been a baller. He's sick. Ziyech has been insane levels.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he's had moments of brilliance at Chelsea, but if you really saw how brilliant he was at Ajax, you know what he's capable of. I remember because he was a part of that team that beat Madrid in the Champions League. Let's just leave that at that. Moving on. So, and you can't forget, I mean, another Madrid mistake that I would like to facepalm, which we talk about, is just Achraf Hakimi. He is an absolute baller. The fact that Madrid sold him, and just, one day I hope that they can right their wrong. But Morocco from top to bottom are a great squad. And like you said, that keeper's world class, their defense, everything. And like you said, Portugal lacked that world class keeper, came off his line way too early, and he allowed a brilliant header, don't get us wrong.
Yeah, and I was actually just pulling up Nasiri, right? I didn't know he played for Sevilla.
Yeah, no, he plays for Sevilla just like the keeper does. Yeah, that's a perfect link.
Was a beautiful goal.
Oh, I agree. He got up there.
It was Ronaldo-esque in the terms of how high he got up there. I agree. I was just like, wow. Did you see when it panned the camera over to Ronaldo, his reaction?
He was like, yeah. I did see that.
His reaction, dude. But yeah, I mean, you can maybe just dive back into Ronaldo. I mean,
I would like to hear your thoughts before I get over there to the boy Ronnie, man.
In my terms of just how I see it, we've always loved Ronaldo, and I mean, it's just
the boy.
It's just been an unlucky, I guess, spell of the last couple months for his football career in terms of kind of just it's shifting from not so good energy around him at Man U.
Right.
So much as the press could say, like, as it was, like, when he did have that one-on-one,
That interview was...
that interview where he just purely just
You watched it,
talked
right?
about it. Oh, I watched both parts. Yeah,
I hadn't
it was
seen
great.
Yeah, let me in a little bit on it. What
Yeah,
was,
well,
give me a little ballpark.
He talked about how, like, a lot of stuff, like how nothing's really changed much at Man U, how just he genuinely could feel the energy, and like I'm a big advocate for that as well.
Yeah,
like
100%.
you know, like when
You gotta
you're
do what's
genuinely,
right.
I feel like when you're very in touch with yourself and aware of, you know, what moves you, what kind of sways certain emotions, I feel like that allows you to kind of pick up other people's energies.
Yeah,
in a sense.
100%.
I think that's a good kind of factor that plays into it. But yeah, he just talked about how it wasn't the best for him realistically, and yeah, that's why he talked
Yeah,
about
hey,
it all.
that's that,
He talked
yeah.
about it all, but like
Yeah, that's that.
in terms of just my thoughts on it, it's sad. You know, I mean, I wanted to see him really thrive, and like when he was about to go in, you see him pumped up on the sideline, but it even shows that like him not starting, man, like him getting, you know, replaced by the Gonzalo
Ramos.
right, like in his last two games, and it's just crazy. And like I told you, like, and it's not really to compare in terms of like their greatness, but like Messi on the other side for Argentina is so critical right now.
Yeah, it's insane.
It's
he's so
like
crucial.
like I told you, it's
he's
unheard.
unplayable. Like you can't have a game where he's not on the pitch.
Right. He assisted and scored in the last game, and those were two goals. And even if it was a penalty, it's still a great penalty. You know what I mean? So it's like, wow,
insane.
It stinks that it didn't go his way.
Yeah.
But you know that's life. He's still one of the greatest.
His legacy is still his legacy.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like you can't clown on him. I feel like he's gonna go somewhere. Hopefully that he just has fun. Maybe he goes to Champions League football.
Who knows, man? He can get in tune with that greatness once again and again. Like we were mentioning just now, his legacy is his legacy. Yeah. But heartbreaking to see him go out without a World Cup. His trophy cabinet, super stacked. So listen, it's not like he's missing out on anything. Yeah. You know, absolute legend. The reason why I love this game so much is really because of CR7. So, you know, even putting the debate aside and just recognizing greatness, CR7's greatness is insane. But now we really got to keep enjoying this Messi legacy building right now because it's been insane, man. The leader he is. The animosity with Netherlands, I took it personal, man. Like we're gonna be talking about that for years to come. This team, the absolute passion of not only the Argentinian people but of the Argentinian team. You know, they're so well connected. They play for each other, and it's sick to see, especially after certain years where it's fallen apart when they lost that World Cup final to Germany, dude, and like kind of seeing them now very close to reaching another World Cup final, you know, and really trying to right their wrong and playing like they said for Maradona up there in the mighty stairs of the big man upstairs, you know. So like that's kind of, I mean, it's surreal, it's legendary, and you got to kind of just appreciate it for what it is, dude. High school me would be having a fit hearing myself say that now, but you grow and you evolve, and if you don't have growth, what are you doing, champ? So hey, you got to recognize greatness, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've just been, in terms of greatness overall for football, like what a World Cup so far.
Oh my goodness,
in terms of
unreal.
Just overall play, the upsets. Like I don't know.
The dark horse is Morocco, perfect example.
Right. Yeah. I don't know why I went into the World Cup with like such, like, I guess no expectations of just what was to come, and like I know it was the World Cup coming, and like I love the World Cup.
Can I tell you what it was?
But yeah, what's up?
It's just the mid-year World Cup, dude. We're not used to this. We're used to the summer vibes. Mm-hmm. We're used to having the time off.
Yep.
Midday games, afternoon vibes, not having to wake up earlier and having things to do when the World Cup is on. Yeah. That's usually just how it is. And real quick, before we even continue anything or even close up our World Cup talk, I meant to do this at the beginning of the episode. We really want to send out our condolences to Grant Wahl, his family, his friends, his colleagues. He was a long time journalist in the soccer world. He was kind of like the leading guy, always spoke his truth, always represented things that he really stood for and things of that nature. And he, you know, unfortunately died in Qatar while covering the World Cup, and it's very unfortunate. So we want to just take that moment, you know, and just send out our condolences.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, well said. Just like that.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess we talked each game. So now we're looking at Yeah, I believe we talked each game. Now we're looking at
Yeah, to wrap it up, Mbappe is actually the top of the leaderboard for goals scored.
Is he
He's
really?
at 5.
So Mbappe's the
Giroud's
golden
at 4,
boot.
and Messi is also at 4.
Interesting. Yeah,
Crazy.
listen, man. Mbappe is a generational talent. If he can secure a second World Cup, and let's go ahead and just go into our predictions. Honestly, if he can secure a second World Cup, yeah, because we talked each quarterfinal game. Really enjoyed the quarterfinals. Let us know how you like the quarterfinals in the comments down below. Give you guys some more reasons to comment. Give you guys some more engagement. Yes, sir. Yeah, I mean, look, another World Cup at this young of an age. Sorry, for a kid like Mbappe. I mean, it would be levels for his legacy. Like, by the time his career's over, like, when we look back at it in retrospect, we would be very, very remiss to not recognize and highlight the fact that the kid has 2 World Cups before the age of 25. So,
Right.
Looking at the France-Morocco matchup, listen, anything is possible. Hakimi trains a lot with Mbappe. They're good buds. Hakimi knows him pretty well, so if you can isolate him there, hey, you never know. But France all around is insane. And
Yeah.
I'd be very, very ignorant if I didn't recognize how good of a World Cup Antoine Griezmann's been having.
Yeah, he has been having such a good World Cup. I mean, he's been playing in such great balls.
100%.
From over the top, crosses. You've even seen defensive efforts, actually. I
Dude,
remember
he's all over.
there was a point in time where he just kept dropping, and I heard the commentators just kept saying, it's like, Griezmann again?
He's Griezmann again.
They were just so shocked to see him like back and like clearing balls
Yeah.
from their half, and it's just like that just shows, bro. It's passion. It's doing a little bit more than what your coach is maybe telling you before you get in the game. Doing a little bit more just in
Playing
terms
for the
of
badge.
being aware of the pitch.
Yeah.
And like, dude, like it's just such a high level
Agreed.
game, and just there's so many players. The fact that each team has 11 on the pitch, right? Like, you just have so many players working in unison and just trying to do this, reach this goal. And it's just such a, I just love the sport of soccer.
Yeah, man,
so
footy's
crazy.
incredible. Yeah, football's incredible, mate. It's just unreal. And the World Cup, really, it sucks. It's every 4 years, because then it really leaves you longing for it. But man, when you get the World Cup and when you get to see that World Cup footy, there is nothing like it realistically. Like, it's just so next level, honestly, and it's really fun. So I'm gonna go ahead and go 2-0 France over Morocco. They're gonna go back into the World Cup.
Okay.
What do you got for that game before we go into the other side of the semifinal?
Honestly, man, I could see, although it's maybe like a pretty boring prediction, I feel like it might just be like a 1-0 to France. Just because Morocco's defense is levels, man. Like, they have been good. I feel like they're like the dark horse defense of the World Cup.
100%.
Just of how good they are. I mean, they're not this far for no reason. So, I think 1-0 potentially for that game. And if not, then
100%.
What do you got for the other game?
On the other side, Argentina, Croatia. That's going to be an absolute game. If that goes to the penalty shootout, that might be the most entertaining penalty shootout of all time. Do I think it goes to penalties?
Wow.
Maybe. Because think about it, dude. Croatia,
Honestly,
2 wins in a row on
penalties,
penalties.
man.
Argentina, that last went brilliantly over Netherlands on penalties. Like, my goodness. Also, that Argentina-Netherlands game, we didn't really talk about it too much. Thank you. That Argentina-Netherlands game, we didn't talk about it too much. We did a little bit, but that little Netherlands goal, I just want to talk about it super, super quick before we go back to this one. That Netherlands goal was so sick in that last second. The free kick set piece.
Right now.
The set piece and I think the one that sent it to...
Oh, yes.
The one that sent it to overtime.
Oh, my God, dude. One touch, and then he banked it in. Yes, that was beautiful.
That was sick.
Oh,
GG's to Netherlands. GG's to Países Bajos, as I say in Spanish. So, But Argentina, Croatia, craziest penalty shootout of all time. I think, honestly, I go Argentina either in regular time, extra time, or in pens. I mean, Martinez is too lit. I really want to see Dybala win a World Cup. La Joya. I love Dybala. So Argentinians are mad lads, dude. It'd be sick for them to do it for Maradona. It'd be sick for Messi. So I see them going to the final. Who do you see? And I see maybe like a Yeah, I mean, it's hard to
It's funny
say.
because you said you had Argentina in regular time.
No,
extra time, and time.
I have Argentina in
You
any
haven't
case
throughout
scenario
whatever.
essentially.
But what
That's
do
what
you
I'm wanting
think
to
it
say.
gets done?
That's why I'm like,
Yeah.
I've got 3-2 barn burner. Best game of the World Cup so far. 3-2. I'm gonna go a banger from Messi. I'm gonna go maybe a goal from Julian Alvarez, and then hopefully Dybala can come off the bench and at least play. But maybe the third goal by Enzo Fernandez. Little 3-2 dubbies. Thoughts? What do you think? What's your prediction?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't know why I'm gonna go with my gut, but I want to say like an Argentina 4-3 goal fest.
Wow,
Like,
even bigger than me.
That would be
Very
great.
nice.
I feel like that would be an insane semifinal.
Yeah,
Because I mean,
I'm in.
honestly, Croatia could score.
Yeah.
Like
That's true.
if you go back and
No, that's
remember,
facts.
like that, they were pressuring Brazil like it was nobody's business.
No, that's 100%
And like,
factual.
if Argentina are not on their game, there's gonna be slip ups and there's gonna be holes through the defense that are gonna allow those goals. But
Yeah.
Argentina's a fight back team, so I mean, like I could definitely see
Yeah.
a dog fight coming up. You know what I mean?
That's going to
Good
be
old
so
dog
fun.
fight.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. Hey, we'll see what happens though.
Hey, guess what?
What's up?
Let's get some more engagement. Comment down below
Comment
what you
down
guys
below.
think is going to be your score
Boom,
prediction.
baby.
Let us know what you think for the semifinals, and let us know what your World Cup final prediction is, because mine is Argentina versus France. And I'm going to go Argentina beating France, and I'm going to go a 2-0 victory. No, you know what? Cap. 2-1 victory for Argentina, and I got Argentina winning the World Cup from here on out, even though I'm rocking a France kit. I just think it'd be good for Argentina. The reason why I'm rocking a France kit, ladies and gents, don't be like, oh, whoa, well, me is going against the jerseys wearing. Listen, my favorite club, Real Madrid. I like to see Madrid players thrive in the World Cup. So I'm always hoping Luka Bazooka does the best. I'm hoping that Tuchemeni does his best. Camavinga. I go for Madrid players. So wherever they're at, I'm always repping my boys. Okay? Noted.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
And I mean, like, we're Dominican, so like in
Facts,
terms of
dude.
like
we're
soccer,
we're stickball, brother. We're baseball.
we just love
We love footy, bro. We love footy.
we love all the countries when
Yeah.
it comes down to football.
No, 100%.
You know what I mean?
I mean, we
At
root
that
for
point-
USA as hard as possible. Check out
Right.
our vlog
Yeah,
of that
absolutely.
USA
Yeah,
Netherlands
check out
game
that
if you
vlog.
haven't already.
Boom,
You know what I'm saying? That vlog was epic. And it went crazy on the edits. So go show that some love and go ahead and give that a little comment as well. But,
Yeah.
you know, closing up this World Cup talk, brother, I kind of want to go ahead and shift over to the power of meditation.
Oh yeah.
What are we thinking, bro? Let me know what you think about meditation. You were the one that put me on, so how did you discover meditation, and how has it benefited you? A little two-part question. Hit me with it.
All right. So, meditation. I definitely was introduced to it. I believe by none other than the great your wife. Yeah.
The great
think-
your wife. That's funny.
Camila. yeah.
Yeah,
So
Mills,
she
yeah.
was the one that showed me
Goat.
Yeah. She showed me meditation. I want to say during 2020 during the demo.
During the dem. Yeah.
Right? So
for sure.
I think that's what kickstarted it, just kind of tapping into that mentality of just like, what actually is this? Because I mean, here's the thing: like, there's such a stigma with meditation,
Oh,
and like
100%.
thing of people determining right away that meditation isn't for them. Like, it's so funny.
My
Like,
goodness. You're
in
so
terms
on
of
the
like when
money.
I've like brought that up, it's like, oh, I can't meditate. I'm like, what do you mean you can't meditate? Like, it's literally just thinking to yourself. It's like, a lot of people think it's a lot more than what it is, or they have like the stigma of just like, oh, it's the home of just closing your eyes, and like it's only that. And like I understand, I'm not clowning on anyone who thinks like it's purely that, but it's just so much more to it. You know,
100%. You know what someone's actually told me once? That they can't close their eyes for like a long period of time. Like they just don't trust having their eyes closed for a long period of time. And I was like, have you ever thought of meditating with your eyes open? Question mark.
Yeah, there's meditation.
Yeah,
that you could do walking and like
Right.
taking in the surroundings. and everything.
Exactly.
That's actually so funny.
Yeah.
And even like when you said that, I just like thought of sleeping right away. Just like they can't close their eyes for a long period. I was just like, hold up, wait a minute.
Don't you close your eyes to sleep. Hey, That's
Unless
so
she
true.
sleeps with their
Yeah.
eyes open. But hey,
Dude, yeah, so that, I mean, yeah, the introduction, yeah, I mean, Mills is obviously like a person who's very in tune with herself, and that's one of the things that I love about her, and why I put a ring on it quick, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Big shout out to Kami. She really showed me just the way of what you could do with it, and then what I really learned from it all is like you make it unique to yourself. You know, you really make it unique to your own thoughts, your own kind of patterns of how you do it, where you're gonna do the meditation, when you do it. And it's like one of the biggest things I learned from it is like you really shouldn't try to force the meditations, just because sometimes you might kind of create a little habit of thinking it's like a chore inside of your head more than like a tool to benefit you. So because I mean that's just from my experience from it. Like I had set out a goal to meditate every day for like the whole year, and I was solid on it for like the first 100-something days, and like I was like just really conscious of like, I have to hit this meditation. I can't lose the streak. But then like what I really learned throughout that process is like it's not about your streak or these numbers of like, I meditated so I could like show off that I did this. It's like what I've really learned along the way was just like you should be using it for your own benefit whenever you need it the most. Whenever, even like if you feel like you don't need it, you could just do a quick one in terms of just like being grateful for that moment, not experiencing a hardship. So yeah,
that's fire. I like that a lot, dude. Yeah, that's sick because you're so right. Like, to each his own, and I can really relate to how you say that. Like, you can almost make it a chore in a way. Because I myself too have like had big stretches where I was like able to, during my break at work, I was finding different places around the facilities and everything, and I was laying out a little mat and doing some meditations, different ones about gratefulness, mindfulness, visualization, which I know you want to get to here in a little bit during meditation and stuff like that. And I really realized that being with my own thoughts, like you said, connecting with my with one's thoughts, it's very beneficial, and it's almost like mind-boggling in a way, just what simple breathing, meditating, manifesting, thinking about something outside of all your stressors, and really just connecting with yourself and being in tune with the now, because the now exists. If you take the moment to find it, it's right there in front of you, So meditation has really taught me, like, right then and there, that lesson that finding the now is as simple as closing your eyes. And if that's not your shtick, maybe taking a walk and doing different things. But for me, really just closing my eyes, finding some positive things to hearing some things that are going to uplift me. And I love what Insight Timer does is you can tell it how you're feeling during that day, and it'll go like meditation based off your mood. And that's something really awesome, so that you can continue that energy and continue those great vibes that you're feeling. Or if you're not really feeling so great, something can pick you back up. What do you think?
Yeah, no, I think just like you said right there, finding what works for you, dipping your feet into the water, just finding what is gonna really either not give you a distraction, or could genuinely actually free you of the distractions. That's so true. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like one thing, just another kind of quote that I've really loved, that when I did hear it, is our greatest weapon against stress is the ability to choose one thought over the other.
Oof. Yeah, I've heard you say that one a lot. That one
stuck with me because I learned that like months ago, maybe even at the beginning of the year or last year. But yeah, I'll put the name.
Yeah, put that up there. Yeah,
of who quoted that, because it's not coming to me right now. But
caption that up. The king of captions to my side, by the way. Yes, sir.
Yeah, but I think that ability, to really go one thought at a time, because that's what I do, man. I'm a huge overthinker in terms of like letting a lot of different thoughts and different things that aren't even like in front of you yet. Like the possibility of different things, different outcomes. Like we flood our mind with so many of these different like scenarios or situations that aren't even in front of us.
Yeah, and that might never happen, honestly.
Exactly, and it's just like at the end of the day, when I really realized that, I was like, just relax, choose one thought that is going to put you either in this moment or just a thought that's going to like allow you to do whatever you got to do without stressing so much about what's to come. Right. Be more free, be more present and appreciative toward what you're feeling.
Yeah, that's so well said, man. Meditation's such an awesome tool. And guess what? It costs nothing.
It doesn't. Right. That's
All
great.
it takes
Also well said.
is a little space, a little time, and a little bit of effort and willingness to listen to yourself. And yeah, it gets hard, you know? I think a big thing with meditation is, like you said, the flooding of those thoughts and the stress and those flights that come in, those flighting thoughts that come in. You know, it's sometimes a challenge to, kind of block them out. But really, if you do guided meditations, I feel like it's a lot easier. People think that you just sit there in silence.
Yeah.
Guided meditations are like the thing of like, man, I mean, and they're not like a thing of the future. They've been around for a while, but for me, it was like the thing of the future for me in terms of really just growing as an individual,
Yeah.
because I struggle with those flighting thoughts that come in. I'm like, oh, what about this and this and this and that and that and that and X, Y, and Z, and they never show up and it never happens and these things. So, taking that moment to really just woosah and realize the now is here and things will be all right. It has really, really helped me out.
Yeah, no, that's a great way to put it, honestly. I think a lot of us could really benefit from trying to work a little bit more on just being present in what we have right in front of us. I mean,
100%.
We're busy. Like a lot of people, they're busy. They have stuff to do that takes a long time. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of processes, just things. A lot of things that just happen busy, overnight. Man. So, I mean, you kind of do have to put your thoughts and your energies into a long period of time, maybe over like a project, right? But like, one thing I did realize is when you do have that focus of just like the one day at a time, the one moment at a time, it's like things will be a lot easier in terms of just dealing with it. It's not going to make what you're dealing with easier because you have to deal with those hardships. You gotta get challenged to grow. Yeah. Honestly. So.
Yeah, facts, man. And like I was saying about those guided meditations, like those guided meditations are really, really essential if you're a person like me who has those flighting thoughts and just thinks about so many different things. Like, listen to a guided meditation. Listen to something that's going to motivate you. Listen to something that's going to make you feel grateful for the things that you have around you. Like Ant was saying, being grateful, being thankful, being mindful of the things that you have rather than focusing on the things that you don't. We really, here on the Plant-Based Bros, we preach mentality and having that right mentality and seeing things the right way and having the better mentality, like having the right mentality to change your reality. And as corny as all these things may sound, if you really put them into practice and perspective, forget the corniness and think about the benefits for yourself, and you're kind of winning, champ.
Yeah, or even just like the innate ego that someone might have that 100%. They've built in terms of like this defense mechanism of like, oh, I can't try that, or like that doesn't work for me. Like just like how we were saying with that earlier. But don't block it off. Don't think that you're too good for something in terms of what might, like, honestly, a lot of things present themselves to you for a reason in this lifetime. So you can either turn the blind eye to it, or you could accept that new opportunity, that new challenge head on. And I think that's just a really good way to just have a perspective on what you got coming up ahead of you.
Brilliant. Well said. Appreciate the now. When you're in the now, you can see the things that are meant for you, so you can keep on moving forward and being a better you.
Yeah, right
100%. Yeah, I'm really just closing out this chapter on meditation. We're going to go ahead and take a 7-day challenge.
Yeah.
I implore you guys to go ahead and take a 7-day challenge. Look, we're not sponsored or anything, but maybe getting some more clips and uploading on the TikTok. Make sure you go ahead and follow us on TikTok. Ant's been going crazy uploading on there. We got a little clip from the vlog on there. Ant's going to throw some more pod clips on there. So make sure you're tuning in anywhere and everywhere.
That's right.
But like we said, we're going to take a 7-day challenge. Feel free to take it with us, ladies and gents. Insight Timer, great little spot. They have a little free 7-day challenge going. You can even set a little reminder on your phone. Me, myself, I'm planning on having a new little morning routine. We'll have more talks on routines here later in a little bit. Not later in a little bit here in this episode, but in future episodes to come. Yeah. But realistically, it sets a timer for your phone. I'm trying to wake up a little bit more earlier in the morning, so I'm going to wake up and at least just take 5 minutes of my morning to get a little meditation going during these 7 days. What do you plan on doing, brother?
Hey, man. I think that's a great challenge to do, especially wrapping up the year.
Yeah,
right now. I think
we're coming to a close, ladies and gents.
That's a really good thing that we could all maybe try to do. Just really reflect on the different things we've experienced in the year. Because honestly, when you get to the end of the year, sometimes it's like realistically, that time flew by so quickly, and like you're like, how did I already
Time
get to the
flies.
end of the year?
Yeah.
So I mean, when you really get to take the time to try to reflect on maybe like the different months, the different seasons, right, that you witnessed this year, what's something that really changed your whole life, or some thought or some thing that you heard that changed your whole aspect, gave you an ego death or something like
Yeah.
that, like I feel like I experienced so much this year, and I'm very grateful for the bad
That's
and
a
the
pod
good.
within itself,
You
right
know
there
what I
for
mean?
sure.
Yeah.
That's a pod within itself for
Oh
sure.
yeah,
That
we can get
year-end
deep
review
into
type
that.
ish,
Absolutely, yeah, man. But what are your thoughts on? Or I mean, you did actually give your thoughts on the meditation,
Yeah,
but
no,
is
sure.
there a specific topic for the 7-day challenge, or is it
no specific topic, just like
7 days
just
in
like
a
a
row?
free range, like
Oh,
do
cool.
you kind of like find your rhythm and find your flow. That's why I was like, what do you plan on doing for the 7 days, because
Cool,
that's what I'm going
cool.
to try to do. I'm going to try waking up early for these 7 days, start incorporating